Good afternoon. Welcome, bienvenue in Willkommen. Welcome to our home at Miele. As all of you continue to remain in your homes across the country, we want to welcome you to Miele Live. Over the course of the last 7 weeks, we've covered very many topics that have been actually brought by you, our customers, to us with questions about products you have in your home. And we want to continue these series, so be sure to continue to send your feedback in. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui ont demandé d'avoir des sessions en français, vous pouvez aller maintenant sur notre YouTube pour avoir des sessions sur YouTube. With Miele Live, it's completely interactive. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to log in on your YouTube account and you can leave any questions in the comment section. If you're watching us on mielelive.ca, be sure to register on Miele Live and you can post your questions in the comment section there. Many of you, as you remain at home, continue to clean and are also challenged with those of you that have pets at home. So today we have a guest on the show. Besides Dean, our product expert, Dean, who have you brought with us?
Hi, Kelly. So I have here Harley. So this is one of our colleagues' young puppies, and we thought, if we're going to be talking about cat and dog vacuums today, no better way than to make sure we have a puppy live on set.
So I think it's a great topic because obviously we do have a specific model for pet owners.
We do.
The cat and dog model, pretty
Yes.
easy on the naming side. But we actually have various models for our customers to choose from. So hopefully today you can guide us through how to choose the right one for their homes.
Sure, sounds good. So as you mentioned, Kelly, we do have 4 different models of cat and dog vacuums, and they're all available on miele.ca. So after this session, definitely encourage you to check them out. But today we're going to go over what the various models offer and really why they're going to be perfect for your home if you're lucky enough to have someone like Harley in your life. So I'm just going to put Harley down. We're going to let Harley just run around a little bit. So in terms of our models, we actually have all 4 out on display here for you. And what we've got is we've got 3 different models here closest to me. This is the C3, complete C3 cat and dog vacuum. This one here is our classic C1 cat and dog. And this is our compact C2 cat and dog. So the thing that is similar about all 3 of these vacuums, Kelly, is that they all take a dust bag. So this is going to be really great and really nice to operate if you would prefer to not come into any contact with any of the dust. So for example, perhaps you suffer from allergies or you're just really not keen on having to deal with dust, then these 3 models are going to be really appealing, I think, for you. The vacuum that we have on the far end here, this one here is the Blizzard CX1 cat and dog. And the great thing about that is that it doesn't require a dust bag. So if certain considerations like perhaps you have a large dog at home that sheds a lot, you might rather go with the bagless vacuum because you don't want to have to fill up and replace dust bags. So there's a big benefit there. Also, our bagless Blizzard vacuums are really popular with people that are very sustainably conscious and don't want to have to throw out a dust bag. So there's really a lot of advantages for both our bagged vacuum, cat and dog vacuums, and also our bagless Blizzard. And it really just comes down to preference.
So I noticed, Dean, as well, it's really easy to identify Miele Cat and Dog model also by color.
That's right, yes. So you can see that they're all varying shades of red. So when you're shopping on miele.ca, that's going to be a very good indicator that it is a cat and dog vacuum. We've also made it really easy because the model name of all of our cat and dog vacuums actually does say cat and dog. So they're going to be really easy for you to identify on miele.ca. So without further ado, I thought we'd do a little bit of a demonstration and a deep dive into both. We'll spend some time on our bag vacuum and on our bagless.
Which is perfect, because I think Harley has left some fur throughout already.
That's right.
This morning with us here, so that's great that we can clean that up.
So we can do a little bit of a cleanup after Harley. So we'll start with our bag vacuum. And so I'm going to do a demonstration on our Complete C3 cat and dog vacuum. This is our top of the line bagged cat and dog vacuum that's going to come with all of the convenience features that Miele is really well known for on the bag canister side. So what this vacuum comes with is it comes with an electric power head. And you can see it's a really generously sized large power head.
Yep.
This has got a very wide cleaning width. So this is really a great vacuum if you have a very large home. And the reason why having that wider cleaning width is going to help is that you're going to be able to very efficiently vacuum very large square footage of flooring relatively quickly compared to if you had a more narrow power head. So definitely this is one of the considerations if you have a large home. Complete C3 cat and dog would be a really great choice for you. So a little bit more about this power head. So the other thing, not only is it a very wide cleaning width, but you're also able to adjust the height of it. And there's 5 different levels of height. And this comes really into use when you have very plush pile carpet in your home. So if you have area rugs or wall-to-wall carpet that's a little bit higher than average pile, what you might find, if you perhaps didn't own a Complete C3 cat and dog, is that you might find that when you're vacuuming, it's a little bit hard to push the floor head across that very plush carpeting. But because you're able to adjust the height and bring it up, what that allows is it allows for air to still be able to travel between the carpet fibers and still not impede the suction and the airflow for the vacuum. So
But
that's
then that's also really convenient, Dean, that actually it has the different levels.
Yes.
So you really can do multiple types of surfaces.
That's right. And Kelly, you bring up a really good point because with our power heads, they're not just for doing carpeting. So what you're able to do is actually very conveniently, right with this switch on the handle of our cat and dog vacuums, is you're able to turn off the electric power head, the motor in here, and that's going to stop the roller brush from rotating. And then this becomes perfectly equipped to be able to do all of your hard surfaces. So whether it's tile or hardwood, you're still going to be able to use the same floor head that you're using on your carpet on your hard surfaces. Perfect. However, perhaps you might have some really nice fine hardwood floors and you're very concerned about any kind of scratching or dents or anything happening into that nice hardwood that you might have. So this particular model also comes with what we call the SBB 300 Parka Twister floor head. And what you'll notice with this one is this is specially designed for your hard floors, your fine hardwood floors. And you'll notice that there's no metal at all on this. It's just very soft bristles. And the bristles have little indents all the way along. And so what that's going to allow is as you're vacuuming your hard floors, the dust, the crumbs, they're going to be able to make their way between the bristles and the vacuum's going to be able to easily collect them up. So Parka Twister, very, very popular floor tool for fine hardwood floors. And if you happen to already own a Miele vacuum at home, we offer a really wide selection of all of our floor heads and accessories on Miele.ca. So you're actually able to purchase this separately if you own a Miele vacuum that doesn't already come with it.
And again, what's perfect right now is obviously as people still are at home, we have free shipping right now on Miele.ca for items like the floor head.
That's right. So we're really being mindful of the fact that we're all at home practicing social distancing. So we're made it very easy for you to shop online without having to incur any shipping costs right now. So a couple other things that I just wanted to touch on, and what I'm going to talk about now is our filtration system.
Which I think is hugely important, again, especially as we're heading into spring, summer.
Yes.
People's allergies and allergens really are starting. So I think filtration, sometimes we forget about that. So I think it's important we talk about that.
Yeah, so it's definitely top of mind, especially at this time of year. And I think all throughout the year, especially for pet owners, filtration when you're vacuuming up pet dander, pet fur, that becomes definitely a consideration. So let me tell you a little bit about our filtration because it's something that we're really proud of. It's definitely one of the things that make our vacuums stand out. So on a bagged canister vacuum, there's actually 3 different levels of filtration. So the first level of filtration, and by and large, this is going to capture most of the dust, allergens, and crumbs that you're collecting, is the dust bag that we were mentioning before. So it might be hard to see on the camera, but this is not a paper bag. A lot of innovation has happened over the years with a Miele dust bag, and now it's a cloth bag. It's multi-layers, and it has a spring-loaded trap door on the front. So what this does is when the vacuum is turned on and the air is flowing, this trap door is open in order to be able to collect all of the dust. But once the vacuum turns off, this trap door will snap shut. And that makes sure that all of that dust that has been collected is sealed and won't escape.
So Dean, maybe you can just explain a little bit to why a quality dust bag is very important and its role in airflow.
For sure, yeah. So a lot of design has gone into these, and we actually call these our 3D air clean efficiency dust bags. And the word 3D is actually basically noting a lot of the innovation that we've done in the design of them. And one thing that you're going to find if once you start to use it and as the bag fills up, I think you're going to be really shocked at how full this dust bag can get because of its design without the suction power impeding. So you're going to have lots of suction power even as this bag really fills up. And so that's really something that with the design of this has made it really beneficial. It means it's very convenient. You're not going to have to shop for dust bags as often, and you're also going to save money because you're not going to be buying dust bags as often either. So this is the first level of filtration. And there's a second level, which is right here, and this is a motor protection filter. And so this is not only providing that second layer, so in case any dust were to escape the dust bag, or very, very fine dust, it's going to get captured here. And it's also going to protect the motor. So performance, when it comes to filtration, is definitely one thing that's really important when you're shopping for a vacuum, but also quality, because this is an investment and you want to make sure it's going to last a long time in your home. So Miele, by putting this motor protection filter in, we're protecting that motor that's made by Miele in Germany, and it's going to allow this vacuum to last many years in your home.
Yeah, I think just a helpful hint out there, because I know often when people buy their box of dust bags, sometimes that piece may be thrown out. So I'm glad you explained really what the purpose of that piece is, because really it's about sustainability that Miele strongly believes in building all of our products. And to your point, it's really protecting the motor so that this vacuum will last the equivalent of 20 years of use.
That's right. And that is a good point, Kelly, that these do come with the dust bags. So sometimes we refer to our box of dust bags as just simply a box of dust bags. But I would actually think of this as a box of your dust bags and filters, because you're also getting your filters right in here as well. So we've talked about 2 levels of filtration, but there's actually still one more. And on our cat and dog vacuums, this is actually something that really distinguishes what we refer to as a cat and dog vacuum versus other Miele models. And that is that there is one additional filter right here. And this is called an active air clean filter. And this particular filter, it comes with charcoal in it. And I'm actually just going to open up one from a box here.
And what's the purpose of charcoal, Dean?
So we can hear that charcoal in there. And what the charcoal does is it is very effective at filtering odors. So for homes such as Harley's, off camera right now, pet odors tend to, you can get the odors in the carpets and everything from the fur and the dander. So this is going to ensure that when the air exhausts out of the vacuum, it's going to be very odor-free because of this filter. So that's one of the really great advantages to purchasing a cat and dog vacuum on the bag side, is you're going to get your active air clean filter. If perhaps you purchased a bagged canister vacuum from Miele and it's not a cat and dog model, you are able to purchase these on Miele.ca. They're $30.99. So small investment in order to make sure that when you're vacuuming, you're also going to be filtering odors, not just dust. Okay, so that's the filtration. And those three stages of filtration that we just reviewed combined, that's going to filter 99.9% of fine dust and allergens in your home. So a really, really impressive filtration. A couple other things that I haven't mentioned on previous episodes that we've done of Miele Live about vacuums is another aspect of our filtration is that the active air clean filter has this rubber seal around it. So when it is installed in the vacuum and the vacuum forces the air through that filter, there's no other way for that air to escape.
So again, a completely sealed system from that perspective.
Yeah, so there's a seal on this. There's actually also a seal right on the inside of the canister as well. So you can be very assured that any dust and allergens that the vacuum is collecting is being filtered, is being captured by the vacuum and not being re-emitted out into the air again.
Well, and again, I think we mentioned it on previous episodes, but if we have viewers that are here for the first time as well, what's really interesting is, when you open this up, and I mentioned this previously, is there's no dust in there. And in reality is we've been using this vacuum for testing and cleaning here. We had to clean up a little bit of Harley earlier, but really you don't notice any dust, which really talks to the sealed system aspect of the bag as well as the air filters as well.
That's right, yeah, very, very clean interior. And as Kelly mentioned, these are all working demonstration models in our showroom. So that's a little bit about the filtration. Before we actually turn the vacuum on and have some fun with that, just wanted to mention, you might be wondering, okay, that's a great overview of the complete see-through cat and dog,
Right.
but if I wanted to perhaps spend a little less money and go with a compact C2 cat and dog or a classic C1 cat and dog, why would I want to do that? What features might I not be getting, or what features might I be getting? So one of the distinguishing differences between a C3 vacuum, such as this, versus a C2 and a C1 is the operating radius. So operating radius just means the measurement of length between where you plug the vacuum in the wall and how far you can reach by extending the wand fully and reaching as far as you can with the floor head. And on a C3 vacuum, you're going to get 11 meters. So it's quite a long distance. If you think about 11 meters in your home and how far that can stretch across a room or a floor, it's quite a distance. So you're not gonna have to change outlets very often. So when you go with a compact C2 vacuum, it's going to be 10 meters, so 1 meter less reach. And classic C1 is going to be further 1 meter less, so it would be 9 meters of operating reach with the classic C1. So that's one of the differences. Another difference, and this is actually could be very beneficial depending on the type of home you have, but for example, perhaps if you live in a condominium or in a smaller space, our compact C2 vacuum might be really appealing to you because the body of this vacuum compared to our C3 is more compact, just as the name would suggest.
And if you missed that episode, Dean actually did a detailed episode on compact spaces and compact vacuums, but you can already see the difference.
Yeah, so this is going to be great, the compact vacuum C2, if you want to store it in a smaller closet. This could be a great option for you. So just a little bit of the differences. So now let's just do a little demonstration. So I'm going to put back together the vacuum here. So I've got to put my dust bag in. So I've got one right here.
So Dean, as you're doing that, Lori has a question out there. Lori from actually here in Vaughan, and Lori's question is, we talked about the 3 different bagged vacuums. Is it the same bag to be used for all 3?
It is not. So there's actually, there's 2 different types of dust bags. So what you'll find here is that if you open up the vacuum that you own, the Miele vacuum, and take a look at the color of this collar where the dust bag attaches, and what you're going to find is that it's either a blue collar or it's a red collar. The red color is on any vacuum that's called compact. So a compact C1 vacuum or a compact C2 will have the red, and our classic C1 and our complete C3 vacuums will have the blue. The difference is that the blue is for our full-size vacuums, and it's going to have a capacity of 4.5 liters. Versus if you have the red color on one of our compact vacuums, the dust bag is going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to be 3.5 liters, so 1 liter smaller capacity. So that's what you're going to want to do is match up the color. The red color has a type. It's called FJM, so that's the type you want to look for. And the blue for the full-size vacuums is a GN type. So those are how you can shop for your dust bags on Miele.ca.
Perfect.
Okay, so
maybe we'll do a demonstration of the this cat and dog.
yes, we've got the complete C3 cat and dog here. Just showed just how easy it is to put the motor filtration in, and the dust bag just snaps in place like that. So very easy to do your maintenance and switch out your filters and your dust bags. And I've got this vacuum already plugged in, so we're pretty good to go.
I think Harley has left some work for you to do.
Yeah, so I've got here some carpeting, and one thing I will demonstrate, not on this one because I've already got it plugged in, but it's basically the same feature on all of the vacuums, is the power cord. So very easy, all you're going to do is just pull out the power cord, and all of Miele vacuums have the ability to automatically recoil the power cord. So there's a foot activated button on our vacuums, and you can just press this with your foot and the cord is going to automatically recoil. So really nice and easy. So once we've got it set on, and hopefully we're not going to disturb Harley too much, what you'll do is you've got foot activated buttons here also for turning the vacuum on and off. So I'm just going to press this button and I've got the vacuum turned on. So one other thing that Miele is really well known for on the vacuums is being able to control the suction power. Mm-hmm. And on the complete C3, it's actually a really convenient way you can control it. There's a plus and a minus button right on the machine, and I'm able to operate it with my feet. Right now I'm on the maximum setting, but simply by pressing that minus button, we can probably hear on camera that the vacuum is getting quieter as the motor speed is slowing down and the suction power is decreasing. So you might be wondering, why would you want to have such low suction power? Why wouldn't you always want to have it just on maximum? And the reason is actually pretty well explained just by the icons that are right on the screen. And that is all about, there's different surfaces in your home that you're able to clean with a Miele vacuum. For example, curtains or upholstery. And for those types of surfaces, you don't want to have maximum suction power. You just want to have a gentler suction so that you're not damaging your fine upholstery, or your curtains are not being sucked up by the vacuum. So those are some of the reasons why you'd want to have different levels of suction. In front of me here, we've got a sample of carpeting. So what I thought we'd do is do a demonstration on there. What we recommend for carpeting is probably start off with your second highest setting, and that's probably going to be ideal for carpeting. It actually even has an area rug icon for that setting of suction. So I'm just going to dial that up.
And I think, Dean, the other, I think sometimes we forget to talk about the design of the product in regards to making it as comfortable for consumers as possible.
Yes.
So the design about being able to actually control it via your foot from an ergonomic standpoint, again, our designers from a product design side take a lot of that into detail when they actually design the product. So I think
there's so much thought that just goes into making sure it's really comfortable to use. We want it to be the most enjoyable vacuum that you're going to ever have owned. And so, those foot activated controls are one of those examples. So I'm going to dial up my suction. Another thing that's, speaking of comfort, that I'm able to do is I'm able to adjust my wand to a height that feels comfortable for me. So I'm just going to move this down to about here. And so another nice thing about the complete C3 and having that large power head is that it's also self-standing. If you do have to take a break, your wand and hose are going to be able to just line up nicely without having to lean it up against a wall. We also have parking spots right on the vacuum, right at the back here. So if you have other models that don't have the large power head that the complete C3 Cat and Dog come with, there's actually a docking station right in there to be able to keep the wand upright. So now what we can do is I just press this button with my foot and I'm able to release the wand, and now I'm able to get into a position that's nice and comfortable for vacuuming. I was mentioning that height adjustment, and the height adjustment is able to be controlled. There's 5 different levels, and I can control it right with my foot here. So there's numbers that are changing. So what I will do is, on this sample of carpeting, I've got different levels of pile. So our highest pile is over here, and so on the highest pile, what I would suggest is start with the highest height adjustment number, which is 5, and then you can work it down until you get to the point where you're finding that there's a little bit too much friction, and then you know that that's a bit too low for your carpet pile height. So right now, I am going to start on 5. I'm going to try that out, and this is really gliding very, very easily.
Yeah.
I would encourage you just to drop it down until you just feel a little bit of resistance. And then I think you're going to get the nice balance between protecting your rugs, but also agitating them enough to be able to really deep clean them and loosen up all of the dust and crumbs that you're wanting to vacuum up. So I'm going to go down to about 4 on the highest pile carpet here. The other thing you're going to want to do is when you are on carpet, we've got to turn our power head on. So I'm going to, with the flip of the switch on the handle, we can hear now the motor is going.
Working, yep.
And you can probably hear at home that this carpet actually has quite a lot of dust in it. So we're doing a great job cleaning it up with this power head right now. And then when I want to go to a lower pile carpet, so this is a medium pile, I'd say in the middle here, I'm going to drop that number down. I think 3 would probably be a good level for this one. And it's just really very, very easy for me to move this power head over the carpet. And as I come to our lowest pile, I'm going to go down to a 2. And I'm finding this to be very, very easy.
Yeah.
So now, if I want to go to my hard floors, I was mentioning you can still use your power head. You just turn off the roller bar, and now you're able to just go right onto your hard surfaces. I would drop this down to a number 1. I would also increase my suction power right to the maximum for your hard surfaces. And you're going to find this just works really well on your hard floors as well. So that's a little bit of that. The other option I have, and it really just comes down to convenience, is perhaps when you're doing your hard floors, you may not like to have the weight of that power head. You might want to have a bit of a lighter feel. Or you have those fine hardwood floors and you want to make sure there's no chance of any scratches.
Right.
So what you can do there is you can actually remove the power head. And I was mentioning how the complete C3 Cat and Dog does come with a SBB 300 turbo brush. And now I have a much lighter option for doing my hard surfaces with no metal on that hardwood attachment at all. And then when I'm all finished, I was mentioning how it does have that little docking station on the back. So if I want to take a break, I can do that. Harley, what do you think? So that is the complete C3 Cat and Dog, and I think that gives a little bit of an overview of what we have on the bag side.
Absolutely.
So just a quick, I'm not sure how much time we have, but maybe just a little quick overview of Blizzard.
That would be good.
Okay, sounds good. So Blizzard, so this is if you don't want to have the dust bag. So for those that are looking for sustainable options, are leading busy lives and don't want to have to worry about shopping for dust bags, or who want to purchase a vacuum and know that once they've purchased the vacuum, there's going to be no cost to ownership over time.
Right.
No filters to buy, no dust bags to buy. That is really one of the great benefits of buying a Blizzard CX1 bagless vacuum. So what we've got here, this is the Blizzard CX1 Cat and Dog vacuum. And in terms of floor heads, what this particular vacuum comes with is it is also a power head vacuum, so really great for homes that have low, medium pile carpets, as well as hard floors. So what you're going to get on this one is you're going to get an electric power head, similar to what we were looking at on the complete C3 Cat and Dog. The only difference is this is going to look very different. So this is a much slimmer, lower profile electric power head. So just you can see the difference there. So while we were talking about some of the advantages with that one, great for large homes because you're going to be able to clean and vacuum very large square feet easily. It's got the height adjustment if you have very plush carpeting. This one is going to be great for homes where perhaps you don't have a very, very large home with lots of square feet to clean, so you're not as concerned about having a wide cleaning path. Perhaps what you would rather have is a more narrow cleaning path that you can get easily around furniture. So that's going to be really helpful. The other thing is if we just look at this one again is still very low profile. So if you're interested in having an electric power head that can easily go under beds, under sofas,
Yep.
A great option. So that's going to come with your Blizzard CX1 Cat and Dog vacuum. And it actually even comes with two other floor heads. So it also comes with the SBB 300 Parka Twister that we were talking about. And it also then comes with this cool attachment. This is what we call the STB 101. And this is a handheld air-driven turbo brush. So what this has is it also has a roller bar similar to the electric power heads we were looking at, but this roller bar is going to be powered by the airflow. And it actually, you'll be amazed at the RPM that you get out of this. It really does do a great job of agitating carpeting. And this, I think, is a really great attachment to use when you're doing stairs. Mm-hmm. I really like because it's extra narrow, so it's perfect for the width of a stair. It's nice and light. It's easy to basically just carry around. It's not going to be too heavy. So that's just a really nice feature that you get when you purchase the Blizzard CX1 vacuum. And a lot of the features between our bagged and bagless vacuums are actually very similar. So you'll notice, the exterior shell is very similar. It's ABS plastic on all of our vacuums, which is very, very sturdy plastic. The same type of plastic that's used in the fabrication of sports helmets. And I'm just going to detach the wand for a second and just give you a little bit of an overview of the vacuum. So this is one of our latest technologies when it comes to floor care, the Blizzard CX1. And it really does stand out in the market for bagless vacuums. So some of the things that make this really special actually just come down to the technology that's in it. So,
yeah, because I think on the bagless vacuum side, and it really is a preference you talked about, but I think some of the challenges that consumers have had about bagless is the dust particles.
Right.
We've seen it before where you unfortunately do, if you do choose a bagless, and that's personal preference, you do have to empty the dustbin. Mm-hmm. And you do see sometimes that dust. And I think with the Miele technology, we've really tried to overcome that.
Absolutely, yeah. So the proprietary technology that's in our Blizzards is the Vortex technology. And the premise with Vortex technology is that it's monocyclonic airflow. And there are many other bagless vacuums on the market that are actually multicyclonic. And what the monocyclonic Vortex airflow allows us to do is separate the really fine dust from the more coarse dust that the vacuum is collecting. And we capture that fine dust into a separate chamber, not in the main dustbin. So the main dustbin on the Blizzard here is right on the back here. So this is what the main dustbin looks like. And on multicyclonic vacuums that are out on the market, generally all of your dust is being captured in one bin. And so when I go to empty this, and we can actually see it right now in front of me because I've got the bottom open, is that we're getting a little bit of a cloud. But what you can do with the Blizzard is you're able to get all of the fine dust and you're able to capture it in this separate chamber right here. So right here, is what we call our Gore air clean filter. And so it's a chamber with a filter inside. It's a lifetime washable filter that never has to be replaced, made of Gore. And what this will do is all of your fine dust is going to be captured in here. And this is one of the things that really separates Miele's bagless vacuums from others, is just how hygienic it is. I'm not going to have to come into contact with that fine dust because what I can do is I can simply take this chamber over to the sink, and there's an opening in the top, and I can run some water in here, give it a shake, and let all the dirty water drop out. Then I can just take off the top. I'm not even touching the filter.
Right.
And I just let this dry for 24 hours. So that's really the way that we've designed our bagless vacuum to be very hygienic, very clean to operate. And
you never actually have to replace those parts.
That's right, yeah. So that's a lifetime filter. The other really cool thing about our Blizzard vacuums, including the Blizzard Cat Dog, is that it actually has another filter, another lifetime filter, built right into the side. So the air exhausts out of the side of the vacuum, and built in, you're not even able to see it or access it, but there's a lifetime HEPA filter built in here as well. So that's one of the other advantages to buying a Blizzard, is that you're getting HEPA level filtration right out of the box. Whereas on the bag side, we certainly can offer you HEPA level filtration. However, you would have to purchase a HEPA filter to go into it. So that's just one of the advantages when you go with the bagless. So I'm just going to put our vacuum back together here. Really easy. Just put that chamber back in there. It just snaps into place. Put our main dustbin back on. And before we turn it on, one other thing that's really special about our bagless vacuums is that you're able to adjust suction power. So
that's right. A lot of, actually many bagless vacuums, that's the one other challenge beyond the dust, is actually the control of power.
That's right. So it's not just on to max and off. You've got 4 different levels of power there. So similar to what we were showing, how you can adjust it based on the type of surface you're cleaning on the bagged vacuum side. Same with Blizzard as well. And you do that with this rotary dial right on the front. So just going to put this down on the ground. We can see it's really sturdy. It's actually got 4 casters on there. They're all 360-degree casters, so it's going to really glide around the home very easily. And we were talking about the adjustable stainless steel wand that comes on our vacuums. So same with the Blizzard. We've talked about the floor head, the power head it comes with. One thing we haven't really mentioned is the hose. So every detail, every component of our vacuums, including the hose, really stands out in terms of quality. So,
and that's the same with our bag vacuum as with Blizzard, our bagless vacuum.
That's right. So even though this is a power head model that requires electric cord to run through the wand all the way through this hose, I'm still able to really twist this, and you'll see that it always will come back to its original shape. So you can step on it. You don't have to worry at all about the hose breaking down over time. So we're just going to attach this here. And with Miele, whenever you're attaching something, you usually hear a nice click, so you know it's solidly attached. And Kelly, I'm wondering if we could plug that one in. Meanwhile, I'm just going to get this set to a nice height for myself. Perfect. Okay, so again, it's that switch that we were looking at on the Complete C3 Cat Dog right on the handle. So I can turn this on to turn my electric power head on. I'm going to turn up my suction to the second highest level. It's going to be great for doing carpet. And this is where I'm just going to be able to really do a great job cleaning this carpet without any issue. And when I want to go to my hard floors, just like we did before, we just turn that power head off. And we're having no trouble on the hard floors either. Let me just show, if I wanted to do some stairs, I would just probably disconnect my wand here. There's a parking spot for it right here, so I don't have to worry about it not having a place. And now, I just attach my STB 101 handheld turbo brush And we can just see how strong that suction power is. And this is going to be great for doing stairs. Okay, so nice narrow movement in order to be able to go the length of a stair. All right. So that's a little bit of a demo of the Blizzard.
That's great. Thanks, Dean. I think giving us the overview of the cat and dog options, because there are many pet owners out there. Maybe if we can take a question, if you don't mind,
Sure.
that would be
Yeah,
great.
that sounds great.
So one of the viewers out there, so unlike Harley, she has a cat,
Okay,
but
great.
also has wool and silk, sorry, I just need the other part of the question, rugs. I've been told motor rug heads damage the rugs. I feel stuck. I don't want to ruin my rugs, but I need to clean off the cat hair. Suggestions?
Okay, so we absolutely have a great option for you. So what I would suggest that you do is choose whichever of the 4 cat and dog models makes sense for you. You are a pet owner, you do have rugs at home, so any of these models are going to be great. You just got to pick the one that has the features that make sense for your home. Now, in terms of making sure that when you're vacuuming that you have a floor head that's really going to make sure that you're taking very good care of that fine carpeting that you have in your home, what you want to do, exactly like you said, you're going to want to have a floor head for carpet that doesn't have a roller bar. You don't want to have a roller bar agitating that fine carpet surface. So what I would suggest you do is if you go on to miele.ca, you're going to be able to find our full assortment of floor heads. And what you're going to want to do is purchase separately from your vacuum a floor head that is SBD 385. We have it available on miele.ca. And what this floor head is going to be good for is there is no mechanical rotation in it. So there's no agitation that's going to happen on your carpet. It's going to be perfect for doing your hard floors as well as doing low pile carpets like you have at home. So that's the one that you're going to want to look for. There's a switch on it that you're going to be able to press with your foot that you'll press when you go from hard floors onto your low pile carpets.
Great. Well, thanks, Dean, again for a really informative session. Hopefully our viewers now really have a good grasp for pet owners out there. There's Harley. Of which would be the best choices and the different options, I think, more so that they can consider. So for viewers out there now, aside from Miele.ca, where are some of the other places they can consider buying Miele vacuums?
So Miele vacuums are available widely in the market. Most retailers that sell quality vacuums do offer Miele. So if you visit Miele.ca, you are able to find vacuum retailers that are close to your home, right across Canada. So we have a really great network of independent dealers that sell our vacuums from coast to coast. And so definitely would recommend searching for them in your community. Also, if you would find it more convenient, we also offer our vacuums in places where you might already regularly shop. That would include Costco, Canadian Tire, Best Buy, Hudson Bay, Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, Home Depot. We've got a really long list of national retailers that are also carrying our vacuums. So hopefully you find it very widely available and easy to find us. And of course, Miele.ca is always available for you to purchase vacuums 24/7.
Great. Well, thanks, Dean. Thank all of you for joining us today. As Dean said again, if you are interested in purchasing any of those products, there's a wide options for you out there. In addition to that, we're offering a new service called the Miele Virtual Sales Consultation. So if you would like a personal consultation virtually, you can actually book an appointment on mielelive.ca. And you'll actually be able to interact with one of our product experts like Dean in a two-way video conference where we will actually be able to have the product you're interested in, demonstrate it for you, answer any specific questions for you during that consultation. So be sure to take advantage of that. Another great thing right now on Miele.ca, we have free shipping on all our dust bags, all our floor head accessories for vacuums. But again, as we are still at home and we still want to celebrate though with our friends and family. Another great option on Miele.ca is the Miele e-gift card. You can send that to a friend or family. as a gift, and they can use that towards the purchase of their Miele vacuum that best suits them. So there's different options there. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about a brand new initiative we launched last week to support some of the small local restaurants across the country that are facing challenges because of the situation that we're in right now. So hashtag Miele Dines Local. We encourage you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and share this with your friends and family as well. And what Miele has done here is we want some of these local restaurants to share their signature dish with us. And we're going to invite them to come on the next sessions of Miele Live in the coming weeks to actually cook the dish, but also talk about the restaurant. And what we're going to do to support them as well is for those restaurants that are selected to come on, we're actually going to purchase 100 dishes which we will donate to frontline essential workers across the country. So we're really excited about this initiative, but also in supporting these small local businesses, as we really believe we will all get through this. We just need to stick together. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. Later on at 3 o'clock this afternoon, we have a session on what we call our Miele Culinary Center, and that is our 48-inch gas range. So be sure to join that session. And then at 5 o'clock, we're doing a live cooking demonstration using the 48-inch range and highlighting how you can do some indoor barbecuing on the Miele grill with the range. Very lastly, on behalf of Dean, myself, and the entire Miele Canada team, we want to send a very, very big thank you to all the frontline essential workers that are out there across the country supporting all communities everywhere, providing all the essential services, whether it's medical services, food services, ensuring the grocery shelves are stocked, public transportation is running. And again, as the country slowly reopens, we really encourage everybody to be safe, practice good social distancing. We hope if we don't talk to you again before next week's sessions, we want to wish everybody a great weekend and enjoy the time with your family. We hope to see you again, and thank you.